That looks really fun, yet really tedious at the same time.
It does. Dylan's doing a super good job, isn't he?
Yep.
So tedious. You've got 4 different ways they can go, and they don't ever do what you want them to do.
You're doing a good job.
Uh,
You're in a nice straight line over there.
There's a hole in the ground, let's put it that way. It's at least what we're achieving.
Do we have to all put this back by hand?
Yep, that's gonna be your job.
Why am
I did get a shovel for you to do that.
That's right there, isn't it?
She wishes.
Huh?
It's this,
Why this one?
and that's a little bit bigger than I wanted to, but I thought
I can just use my hands.
probably about faster.
Do you want me to start now?
No.
I
don't
mean,
even have the line in there yet.
So, how much further do you have to go?
Maybe another 5-6 feet that way. And depth-wise, I think I'm overkilling it on the depth.
it's better to overdo it than underdo it.
And the depth you're aiming for is what?
3 feet here in Kansas. This is about 4 feet, which is way too deep. Well, not too deep, but it's just deep.
So yeah, today we are digging out the water lines for Brooks' shed to house and for Dylan's shed to house, and right now we are doing Brooks. And it's a beautiful, lovely day out. It's nice and warm, there's hardly no wind, and so today we thought we'd do all of the digging. So once he gets this side dug, then we're going to go around and start on the digging on that side. The reason for that is because tomorrow is supposed to be a nice warm day, but it's supposed to be windy. Windy. And so we thought, well, if we go ahead and get everything dug today, then maybe tomorrow we can sit down in the hole and avoid the wind.
Or you in that hole really puts it to scale as to how deep that is.
Yeah. It's like, ha 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 ha, I'm taller than you now. So basically we got all sorts of projects going on. Our main project is that, and while he's digging out that, I am looking in the car and trying to find all of our parts that we bought to get our water lines hooked up, because we bought some stuff several months ago and we kind of left it in the car, and then we put some of it somewhere we can't find it, so we got to get all that rounded up before we get the water shut off and the water lines cut. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But anyway, in the time being, last summer we bought a small air conditioner to put in that shed right over there, because we were doing a bunch of cleaning. It was over 100 degrees when we were doing all that. Anyway, it worked for a couple of weeks and then it croaked. It just quit working. And so I put it in my car and was going to take it back to Walmart, but they wouldn't let us return it because we didn't have the receipt, nor did we have the box or anything like that. Okay, well, that thing's been sitting in my trunk since then, bouncing around and everything. And I'm happy to say it now works. It quit blowing and everything. It wasn't even blowing.
Does it blow cold though?
Yes.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
So it completely works?
It completely works. So I'm just going to give you a little tip here. If you ever have an air conditioner that quits working, just put it in your car and leave it in there for quite a few months and let it bounce around and jiggle around in there, and it just might work.
It just might work.
So over here it's going to be a little bit more difficult. The digging, it's got to be a little more precise, and we got to be a little bit more careful, because somewhere right in this area here is where we put the sewer lines in, and right over here is the clean out that leads to the spot somewhere in there. So anyway, Dylan will need to tap into the water line somewhere over there, and then he needs to run a line straight over here and under his shed. So that means that we are going to have to dig to find the water line, and then dig to find the sewer line, and then dig under the sewer line, and all of that's going to have to be done by hand. And so yeah, it's going to be kind of a time-consuming, work-intensive project.
We're thinking that the water line is at this brick right here.
Yeah, at this brick right here. Back when we took our house out, we could tell exactly right where the water line ran because the land was indented a little bit. But since then, we did the sewer lines, and it covered up that indentation. And so we had kind of like lost track of it, but we remembered that it was under one brick. We had a brick right here, and then we had a brick right over there in the middle of the hole.
It was
in the middle of the hole.
This particular brick at one time was over there.
Yeah.
With the dirt filled in.
We got confused. Yeah, he got confused. So one day, Dylan came out here and decided to dig it out. And he spent, what, I don't know how many hours?
I don't know, at least 2.
Yeah, digging this very deep hole right here, only to discover
that we think it's this brick.
Yes. Very, very, very carefully working right up next to his little house. Got to thinking about it, and he very smartly decided to start over on that end first, because if he didn't and he dug out this side first, then he would have a hard time fitting the excavator in the right spot to get the right angle to dig that line up there out.
I don't feel safe enough digging all the way under here with the excavator. I'm afraid that the dirt will collapse and the bricks will fall in, and that would be just a disaster. So I'm only going to dig so far. I think I'll dig the rest of the way in just to get it underneath here to put my water line in. And currently, that's what I'm doing. Using the pickaxe and picking the dirt away so we can run the water line up just right here. I did hit it with the pickaxe, so I hope it's okay.
So we found the sewer line.
It doesn't really match up with the angle. We need to go mining for diamonds now that I got a pickaxe. Got an iron pickaxe. I need to go mining for diamonds.
Ooh, okay. As long as you find a bunch.
I just need to walk around and try to find a cave really quickly, though.
Now I can dig
I guess, yeah. Never mind.
this out because I know where it's at, and then hop onto the other side and dig that out, and then continue forth.
Okay. So we've been digging and digging, as you can see. Got all this dug out.
Digging more than we thought we'd have to.
Yeah, and now we've been digging very carefully this way because we were pretty sure that the water line was in this area somewhere, but we are not finding it. It's getting to be very frustrating, disappointing. We're tired, so we really don't know what to do other than to keep digging and searching, but it's getting
quite bleak.
Yes.
Getting quite what?
Looking quite bleak.
I couldn't understand.
I'm sure we're just probably inches from it. We just don't know it. Problem is we can't just keep digging full force because we don't want to run into it and jab a hole in it.
I've already taken some risky stabs.
Dylan's getting to the point that you may not need water anymore in your house.
Nope. Just use 5-gallon buckets. I'll have a sewer. Just fill up my pot and flush it, and use a water cooler.
Good luck with that.
During summertime, I could run a garden hose to my house. During the winter, just unscrew it and drain it, and leave it. Might be easier.
Well, guys, I have some disappointing news. We spent all day digging and we never found that darn water line on this side. We finally gave up. We're all tired, hungry, so we're going in the house and having supper. If you want to see what all went on, I did a live of everything, so if you check back on our videos, I can even stick it right up here if you would like to watch that. But for now, we're going to go, and I guess the story will continue.